Hello everyone, this is Joey, and you're watching Coinamore. On this channel, I discuss how to become financially free using cryptocurrencies. Today, I want to discuss a topic that was brought up by one of my subscribers. They asked, is it better to lend or to stake in these lending platforms? So I'm going to use Davor as an example, but you can apply this logic to all of the lending platforms. Now, if you go to start lending in most of these platforms, it'll pop up and give you a capital back period and the daily variation rate plus a certain percentage. So I'm going to use these parameters for the Excel sheet that I'm going to show you, but you can use any parameter from any other lending platform in the spreadsheet if you would like. If you want a copy of the spreadsheet, please just email me. My email is in the description below, and I will gladly send you a copy. Now, I'll just show you the Excel really quick and show you what I did, and then you can make a better informed decision of whether you want to lend or you want to stake, depending on the program. Now, my answer to the subscriber was originally, well, it kind of depends. 1, how much you want to lend. 2, what you believe the price is going to be at the end of the lend period. And 3, if you're going to reinvest or not in your loan. So I'm going to go through the different scenarios and talk about why those 3 things are important. Now, if you were to lend $100 today, when the price is around $10, you can expect to get back this amount using an average daily rate of 1.5% at the end of your loan term. And if you were to stake for that same amount of time, you'd get 10% per month for staking, and you'd have around this much at the end of your loan term if the price stays the same at $10. But the reason you'd want to stake versus lending is you're expecting the price of the token to increase. So let's say the price of the token increases to 25 over those 300 days. Then it would make more sense to stake than it would to lend, because this is more than you would have at the end of your loan period. Now, this gets exacerbated if the price increases more and more over time, obviously. But what if you are planning on reinvesting in the loan? Then it may make more sense to loan and reinvest over time if you really believe in the longevity of the platform, but don't expect the price to increase that much. So let's say the price is stable around $25 at the end of 300 days. You would rather loan now and reinvest than stake. It would make more sense to loan. And for the sake of this experiment, I did a reinvestment for half of the term, meaning you reinvest for the first 150 days, that would be, because this is 300 days. So you reinvest for the first half of the loan term and then pull out profits at the end, because it would be really hard to reinvest, obviously, daily for the full period, 1. And 2, I wanted to do it where it would be you'd have a similar liquidity of money at the end, where with the loan, you'd at least have been taking money out over time. And with the stake, you always have access to your coins if you wanted to sell them at any point. So I wanted similar liquidity in this as well. So that's why I did that. So it obviously makes more sense to stake if you believe the price is going to increase a lot, but it may make more sense to loan if you see the price only increasing a little bit, or you think the price might go down. It obviously makes more sense to lend. And obviously you don't know the future of Davor or any of these platforms, but you can kind of take a guess maybe on what you think the price might be in the future, and then use something like this to calculate whether or not you should stake or lend, or maybe do a half and half strategy. So if you want a copy of this, I will provide it to you via email if you send me an email to the email that's in the description below. I want to show you what a real program, the first lending platform, I back tested it from today's price, lending versus staking. Now, I don't think you can apply the strategy backtesting BitConnect that you could to these other lending platforms, because I don't know if these other lending platforms will go up to $350 like BitConnect has, because BitConnect was the first one. But I just want to show you what you would have had if you had staked or lent money in BitConnect over the last year or so. So today the price is around $350. It actually is a little bit more now, I think. When I calculated this was a couple hours ago. But the price today is here. And then these are all periods that you would have loaned to get your capital back today. Now, this is for the highest loan, this is $10,000, and you got your capital back. If you would have gotten your capital back today, you would have made your lend on August 7th. So I took the price on August 7th, where you would have lent it, how many coins you would have needed to lend $10,000, and then calculated the staking versus the loan and whether or not it made more sense to stake versus loan. So in all scenarios, it made more sense to stake. And these three scenarios are not reinvesting anything and taking out all profits, reinvesting half like I talked about earlier, where for the first 60 days of this loan, you would have reinvested all of your profits, and then at the end, or for the last 60 days, you wouldn't have reinvested at all. And the last scenario is reinvesting all of your profits. So if you reinvest all of your profits, you'd have this amount at the end, but that doesn't include the fact that all of your money is still locked up, and the only money that you got back at this day would be this capital release of $10,010. So in all of these scenarios, back-tested over time of BitConnect, it would have made more sense to stake. Now, I'm not saying that you should only stake in all of these lending platforms, because I'm not sure what the price of these lending platforms obviously is going to do, if they're going to keep increasing over time, or if they're going to become so saturated that the dollar amount of the coins decrease over time. You're never really sure. So I just wanted to give you the information so that you can make the best informed decisions on whether you want to lend or to stake. But that really is all I wanted to show you, and I want to give this information to you if you wanted to change these parameters, if you wanted to do something similar to like Davor or another coin. And you can change the average daily rate, you can change the loan term, everything you can change and check all the calculations, make sure they're correct. But this will help you make a better decision on whether or not you want to lend or stake in all of the lending platforms. So I wanted to give you the information, and then obviously you can play around with it on your own time. That should be it for this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and let me know what you thought about the video. If it was informative or if you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please hit the like button on the video. It really helps me out. And then if you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button so I can show you future information and informational videos just like the one you saw today. Thanks, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.